Hello and welcome to day 3 of the 2026 Safari Rally Rundown with CARS360. Now, if you thought Friday was interesting and Friday was eventful, then clearly you didn't know what was going to happen on Saturday. So now, what was supposed to happen on Saturday? We had 3 stages to run, both in the morning and the afternoon loops. So we were supposed to start at Soysambu, and then we go to Elementaita, and then finally the famous Sleeping Warrior. Now, obviously it's been raining in Naivasha, which meant Sleeping Warrior was as muddy and as wet as it could possibly get. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start from Soysambu. So we woke up and started our recording at Soysambu in the morning, and these cars were not wasting any time. They were flying off the blocks, every car coming in flat out, every driver trying to make sure that they can stand a chance to win the 2026 Safari Rally. And everything seemed well. They finished Soysambu, went into Elementaita, got a bit of punctures here and there, but the true drama started at Sleeping Warrior, where we had our first big retirement of the rally. Now, Elfin Evans was already running second to Oliver Solberg by the end, actually running third behind OJ and Oliver Solberg by the end of Friday. But when it came to Saturday, his car got a rear right suspension damage. And that was after getting punctures when he was in Elementaita, which meant he was out of the running. And that wasn't the only problem. Every single car that was coming through Sleeping Warrior, it was a matter of survival. Now, that was Safari at its, well, finest for the fans, but for the drivers, it was a living mud hell. Now, by the time Sleeping Warriors finished, they had to cancel after the Rally 1 cars passed because the road was just too bad. Too muddy, too deep. They cancelled the stage. And that wasn't the end of it, because OJ and Solberg also ended up retiring after Sleeping Warrior, with Solberg's car having transmission and electrical issues, while OJ's car had to retire because the alternator couldn't work. And that meant, from a commanding 1, 2, 3 position that Toyota had at the beginning of Saturday actually, it meant that now heading Saturday afternoon, they didn't have that advantage. They only had 2 cars to fight off the Hyundais, and despite the fact that the Hyundais ended Sleeping Warrior overheating, they still ended Sleeping Warrior and got back to service. So we went into loop 2 of the day. We were also there at Soysambu, also recording loop 2, and then they did Lake Elementaita. That was the Elementaita stage loop 2, and then they finally cancelled Sleeping Warrior entirely. I know. For everyone who was going to Sleeping Warrior, including us, we got caught up with the whole melee of leaving Soysambu to go to Sleeping Warrior in order for us to get those shots. We didn't even make it. It is why we are recording the rundown at a hotel right now. I mean, look at this beautiful sight though. But anyway, what is the results at the end of the day? Because that's what you're most interested in. All of that means that at the end of day 3, Takamoto Katsuta is finally heading into the final day of a rally ahead. He is currently ahead of Adrian Fomo from Hyundai. Hyundai also coming back fighting by 1 minute. P3 is occupied by Sami Pyari of Toyota, who is 5 minutes behind Takamoto Katsuta. In position 4, we have Esa-Pekka Lapi, yes, another Hyundai, also at P4 for Hyundai. Then at P5, we have a Rally 2 Skoda of Vabs. So as you can see, 2026 Safari Rally is turning out to be one of the best and most unpredictable editions we have ever had. And we are glad that we are bringing you all the clips we can possibly get live on stage. Now, what are we looking forward to tomorrow? Now, on Sunday, we shall start first of all with Oserengoni. That is the first stage of Sunday, and then the first loop of Hell's Gate, before we do it all over again in the afternoon with a second loop of Oserengoni, and then finally the second loop of Hell's Gate, which is the Wolf Power Stage. And where will CARS360 be? Well, obviously we're going to be at Hell's Gate, or try to be at Hell's Gate, because we know how traffic can be. But we are CARS360. We're going to make sure we give you the best daily updates you're going to get about the Safari Rally on YouTube. So please do join us tomorrow. I need to go and rest and just think about everything that's been there. And also, we feel lucky with the fact that we didn't get stuck at any traffic. Call it luck, call it planning, but at the end of the day, we say see us tomorrow for another rundown of the 2026 Safari Rally.